I am not dying out here. Not for any of them.
That is such ominous foreshadowing! Hey everybody, and welcome to another movie night. I'm Jackie. And today we are watching the Season 2 finale of The Last of Us. Season 2, Episode 7 is called Convergence, and considering we haven't seen Abby since her spectacular display, and the last we saw of Ellie, she was going full demon on Nora to find her, something tells me this Convergence is going to be a showdown between our two boss-ass bitches. So, terrified, excited, gonna go grab tissues in a second because I made the mistake of not doing that last time. That's on me. Lesson learned. Finally wrapping this up though, this season has been such an insane roller coaster. I can honestly say this has been a different experience than anything I've ever reacted to because I started this week to week and I've done shows week to week before, but I've never had something like this where as I was going, I felt like I had to keep going back and addressing certain things and acknowledging certain things and having my personal feelings about something change so much in the course of a show, so much in the course of a season. That's been a lot. And I will acknowledge still having mixed feelings about this season and obviously wanting to finish it. But yeah, this has been an experience. I'll just leave it at that for the moment. It's been quite an experience. So, on that note, we're going to wrap it up, this relatively short roller coaster of a season. So, before we do, as always, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this episode and this series, your thoughts on how things went and how we're all feeling about Season 3. I will have thoughts and feelings for you momentarily. Redder is better, so hit what was a big red subscribe button when I started this bit that I now refuse to get rid of. Links to my Instagram and other socials are in the description box below, so with all of that out of the way, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Now let's get into The Last of Us. I would like to say I'm prepared for anything that's about to happen. Pretty sure I'm not. Every time I think I am, this show hits me with something new.
We're going silent, as it's ordered. Call your boats back. Radio silent.
If you don't do it, I will.
I said maybe. Alright. This is gonna hurt.
No, it already fucking hurts.
Oh, you better hope there's no poison on that.
If I pull it, it's gonna tear an artery. I need to push it through.
How do you know that? How would have it's the wrong way?
I know where the arteries are.
No, you don't. You're not a doctor.
Dina, shut up! I got you.
Aww.
I know. Have some, okay?
No.
It's gonna help. Have some.
I said no.
She can't. Atta girl. Give her something to bite on. Or something.
Just do it.
Yikes. I mean, I would have given her something to bite on, but that's just me. Yeah.
It's me.
What's the name of your horse?
Shimmer, I'm alone. Open the fucking door.
Do you think she's on polyjuice potion?
Is the baby?
It's okay.
How do you know?
You'd know if it wasn't. We'll put it that way.
3, 2, 1. So you're gonna tell me what happened? I found Nora, but she only said 2 words. Whale and then wheel.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe nothing.
Bella Ramsey's incredible.
I made her talk. I thought it would be harder to do. But it wasn't. It was easy. I just kept hurting her.
Did you kill her?
No,
Well,
I left her.
she was gonna die anyway. But
Yeah, well, maybe she got what she deserved.
yeah, this eye for an eye thing, there's usually a lot of collateral damage.
It was a long time ago. Before I came to Jackson. There was a Firefly base in Salt Lake City. They had a hospital there. They were gonna use me to make a cure. But it meant that I would have died. And he killed everyone in the hospital. He killed Abby's father. He was a doctor. And Joel shot him in the head. To save me.
Forgot that Dina didn't know why they were going. Yeah, why it happened.
So that's why they came. Did you know who they were?
But I knew what he did.
Wait, that means Ellie didn't know until just now that that's why they killed Joel. She hadn't made that connection between those two things. I'm trying to remember that scene, because she walked in after the fact, right? Also, props to both Bella Ramsey and Isabela Merced. Absolutely incredible little performers. Holy crap.
Give me your wrist. It's for good luck.
Not sure it's been working for you.
Still alive, aren't I? Yep.
I can do this alone if you want Ellie to stay.
No.
Eee. Oh, no kiss goodbye. I don't know. I think Bella Ramsey just has this incredible way of portraying vulnerability that just makes her look younger. I don't know. There are just moments where she looks so young.
You ever gonna tell me how you found the theater?
It took 2 days. A lot of close calls.
Thank you.
There you go.
Look, I know you're angry.
Last night, Dina said, I can't die. Not, I don't want to die. I can't. And then I offered her whiskey and she refused. Dina, the girl who's never turned down a free drink in her life, seconds before I was going to push a crossbow bolt through her leg.
That's weird. I don't know why.
Yes, you do. Ellie, I see the way you two look at each other. And I bet she even tells you things she wouldn't tell me. Like how she's pregnant.
Oh, there it is.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you were guessing? Look, she's obviously gonna tell you. So just act surprised, okay? None of this has to change things between us.
Everything changing doesn't have to change things. I'm gonna be a father, which means I can't die. But because of you, we're stuck in a war zone. So how about we skip the apologies and just go find Tommy so I can get us and my kid the fuck out of Seattle?
What did I say about him coming to die? This whole season is about father figures dying, which actually makes me really nervous about the fact that Ellie said, I'm gonna be a dad. Like, as much as I said I don't believe they'll kill her off, I don't put anything past this show. Someone's gonna die. Obviously someone's gonna die, and we now have 3 potential father figures. We now have Ellie, I'm gonna be a dad. We have Jesse, actually a dad, and Tommy, who is a dad.
Just give it a minute, see if it dies down, and then we'll...
Hey! Scars. Ah, yeah, they walked into a skirmish.
These people are shooting each other, lynching each other, ripping each other's guts out. I am not dying out here. Not for any of them.
That is such ominous foreshadowing! Costco. They've had some really great product placement moments, considering this is a post-apocalyptic world. The Coke vending machine and the Costco wholesale.
Melissa and Christy are saying the storm's a convergence zone.
Convergence. Title of the episode. Not heavy-handed at all.
It's gonna get even bigger.
Storms converging, storms getting worse all at the same time. This is, yeah. Remember what I said about the season being subtle?
We'll start the staggered loading.
Any word on Abby?
Not since yesterday. Mella's missing now, too.
So her entire crew just disappears. Tonight of all nights.
We still have Manny.
Well, we have a lot of Mannies, don't we? But only one Abby.
Okay, what the fuck? She's a good soldier, great even. But we have an entire fucking army out there and you're acting like she's the most important... You in love with her or something? I don't know. You wouldn't be the first old man to...
Okay. No. By the time the sun comes up tomorrow, there's a very good chance you'll be dead. there's an even better chance I'll be dead. So then what happens to that entire fucking army out there who, despite their badass name, are very much sheep? Who leads them? Abby. It was supposed to be her.
Well, she's fucked off, Isaac.
Suspicious.
It's gonna be fine. He'll make it back.
But what if he's in trouble?
What if? He is in trouble. We're all in trouble.
Touche.
Here we are again. You and me in bad fucking weather.
Rita, baby! Oh. The monster.
Right now, we got a lot of problems. Like a wounded pregnant girl. Maybe Tommy's dead. Maybe we'll be dead. So, let me at least just get this one off the table. Yes, I love her. But not the way you do. Remember that group that stopped by Jackson for a few weeks on their way south to Mexico? There was this girl with them. She was selling paintings.
Were they good?
No. I bought 4 of them.
So what happened?
Best 2 weeks of my life. So she asked me to go with them instead.
Then why didn't you?
Because I was taught to put other people first.
Duty is the death of love.
Okay. Got
Lesson
it.
happening here.
So, you're St. Jesse of Wyoming, and everyone else is a fucking asshole.
You can make fun of me all you want, but let me ask you this, Ellie. I go with that girl to Mexico. Who saves your ass in Seattle?
Tommy?
I don't see an easy way north, but if he got there, it means we can too. Ellie.
The wheel.
The Ferris wheel.
Ellie, Tommy's over there. That's where we're going.
I did not come all this way to leave Abby.
Jesus Christ, if 3 more people had voted with you, you'd be coming with me.
I voted no.
Oh, damn.
Because everything you do for you.
Oh my God.
Ellie, it wasn't in the best interest of the community.
Fuck the community! You let a kid die today, Jesse. Because why? He wasn't in your community? My community was beaten to death in front of me while I was forced to fucking watch. So don't look at me like you're better than me, or like you'd do anything differently if you were in my shoes, because you're not, and you wouldn't.
I really hope you make it.
I won't stop you, but I won't join you. Ooh, she's backlit in shadow. Her face is in shadow. Demon Ellie's back. This is effectively terrifying. I said this is really effectively terrifying and creepy, just having this post-apocalyptic city lit up with lightning. Ugh. They really know how to set a scene. A giant wave. Go into it, Ellie! Into it, into it! Don't go sideways, you're gonna flip! Ah. I would kill for Helm's Deep lighting right now. As much as I enjoyed the flashes. You got lucky, girl. Well, that's creepy as fuck. I mean, technically, you guys both have the same enemy here. Huh?
No! I'm not from here! I'm not a wolf! Tobin!
The village.
The village!
Yeah, they got bigger problems.
Leave her!
That lucky bracelet Dina gave you. Yeah, you really want to pretend that's not lucky anymore? That's the second time In just a few minutes, you've gotten lucky, Ellie. Great stand up. Are we gonna see any of that? Or is that just, you know, background chaos? Shark. Certainly a metaphor to be made there. Ugh. Huh, the dusty footprints like her in the previous episode. Anyway, little details, little callbacks.
Of course you have a choice, and so do I. And I'm choosing no also because it's Abby. Fuck you, Owen.
Hands up. Where's Abby?
You gotta be kidding me.
That would be a little bit of a shock.
You, bring me that map. You're gonna point to where Abby is.
Shit.
And then you're gonna do it. And it better fucking match.
Clever. Ellie, you don't look so good.
4.
She's gonna kill us either way.
No, I won't. Because I'm not like you.
Oh!
Oh, God. Knife? Do you have a knife? I have like 30 seconds. Get the fuck over here. Please, please, please.
Oh my god. Holy forking fungus.
Work fast. Work fast. Work fast. Work fast. Okay.
What is it with them and giving birth in season finales in this show? Traumatic births.
How deep?
Deeper than you think.
Which way?
Transfers.
What? I don't know what that means.
You're doing good. You're doing really good. Is it out?
Holy fuck. That wasn't on my bingo card.
Hey. They made their choices. That's all there is to it.
But Abby gets to live.
Are you able to make your peace with that?
Guess I'll have to.
I'm gonna start packing the duffels.
Cue taken.
Thank you for coming back.
Maybe I didn't want to. Maybe Tommy made me.
Did he?
Nope.
Because you're a good person.
But also, the thought did occur. If I were out there somewhere, lost and in trouble,
You'd come after me.
you would set the world on fire to save me.
Oh shit.
Stand up. Stand up.
Yep.
He killed my friends.
No, I did. I was looking for you. I didn't mean to hurt them. I know why you killed Joel. He did what he did to save me. I'm the one that you want.
I let you live, and you wasted it.
Don't you fucking...
Hey. You up?
Well, yeah, now.
Cool. All right, come on. Isaac wants to talk to us.
Whoa. That's impressive. Excellent use of a football field. Wait, what the fuck? I repeat. What the fuck? I hate that I was right about Jesse dying. That... Okay, alright. Okay, thoughts. This is one of those episodes that I will admit my very first thought here, my first knee-jerk reaction is to be annoyed, to be frustrated. Obviously, this is meant to confuse. Obviously, this is meant to be a cliffhanger. Obviously, this is meant to be left on a bombshell that we now have to wait till the next season, particularly those of us who are not gamers. So part of me wants to say, I can't really form an opinion about this until I know where it's going, because there are things that annoy me a lot about this episode that just... The whole interlude of Ellie's boat capsizing and her getting taken by the scars only for them to run off and us know that there is some massive thing happening but not see any of it. Again, that feels very much like a mid-season kind of thing. Like, that feels like the kind of thing that we would have happen as a part one of an episode, and then we would find out what happened later. And obviously, to some degree, we will. But that whole interlude just felt very thrown in for the sake of, yeah, the bracelet's lucky or something. Like, and again, these are just very, very much my, I finished watching this 30 seconds ago thoughts. I may think more and differently later. But I don't want to say heavy-handedness because I feel like I always say heavy-handedness in this season, but it just feels so heavy-handed. And I'm just... The scene with Ellie... literally accidentally killing a pregnant woman, that was fucked up. But also, it was an accident. I absolutely believe Ellie would not have killed her, particularly if she knew, but she had acknowledged earlier that maybe Nora didn't get what she deserved. This whole idea of she's there for Abby. Abby's the one that did it. And I think Ellie does recognize collateral damage, and I think it's meant to be a little open-ended of was she actually going to let them live or not. Because in theory, if she does let them live, then they have the opportunity to escape, to warn Abby. Like, there are reasons on both sides, and I think that scene was meant to be ambiguous of what Ellie would have done. And so the fact that they died, but they died not in cold blood necessarily, in the sense that he did reach for a gun, he did draw on Ellie, and it was self-defense in that sense, even though she instigated the situation. I think that is meant to be very ambiguous about what would have happened, and there's a lot of commentary on collateral damage here, especially with Abby at the end. They're saying, I let you live, thinking somehow that's going to be okay, thinking somehow that Ellie is not going to seek retribution for the death of her father figure in the same way that Abby did, regardless of any justification. And so bringing up that subject in this episode at the very end and reminding us that nobody else knew why this happened. And in theory, I don't even think Ellie knew until Nora that that's why it happened, because I'm trying to think back to that scene, and I need to go back to it because there was definitely parts that Ellie overheard, but I don't think she actually overheard the explanation. And so to have her either have it confirmed or find out in that moment and then have to explain that to Dina and have that information come out of this vendetta might be slightly less justified, because Dina's perspective was, my family was murdered and I would have chased that man to the end of the earth. But in theory, in that scenario, she was chasing someone who had wronged her and her family for the sake of it. Again, it's sort of in cold blood as opposed to in retribution for something. And so I think it definitely affected Dina, and it definitely affected the integrity, in a sense, of this mission, that, oh, yeah, Abby killed Joel, but it's not quite that simple. And so I think that, again, is another sort of recurring theme in this season, is collateral damage and what's justified. This constant eye for an eye thing, it just goes on and on and on. Everything is cyclical. This concept of father figures dying and daughter figures avenging them, and collateral damage happening, and is this morally justified, and all of that. That's definitely a recurring theme here. And those final moments, again, were definitely meant to throw us off. It feels very Sopranos. We don't know who shot, we don't know who got, I mean, obviously we're meant to imply that Abby shot Ellie. That is the implication of what's happening. I don't know if that actually is what happened, but this cut to Abby seeing Seattle day one that's so strange to me because we have had this emphasis on Seattle day 1, day 2, day 3. So the question is, did we just reset? Did we go back to Ellie and Dina's Seattle day 1 because we didn't find out what she and her group were doing? The whole point that Isaac is saying is they're off doing something. She's supposed to be the leader, but she's off doing something when they have this big thing planned. So I'm reading that as we just hit reset. And the next season, season 3, is maybe going to be Abby's perspective, is maybe, I don't know. I'm reading it as that reset is her waking up the morning that Dina and Ellie arrived in Seattle. And that lead up. And so all those things that happened off camera that we didn't actually see in this episode, yeah, this definitely reinforced that this was one story they split into 2. And I know a lot of people, I imagine, were very interested in how that was going to happen. I'm not familiar with the game. Even before season 3, I'm not going to research the game because I want to approach this as blindly as possible. But basically, my impression of this structurally is that we watched Ellie's 3 days in Seattle and we just hit reset, and something tells me we won't actually find out what happened until maybe even later in season 3. I don't know. I have so many mixed feelings about this season. I really, really do. I have a lot of frustration about this, and part of the reason I've been trying to take my time is because I don't want to be irrationally frustrated. Like, yes, this is a first-time reaction, and it is my initial reactions, but as I've said before, I often feel differently about things later, either by gaining more information or watching it again or thinking about it more. And particularly with this season, this has been very different in a way than anything I've ever reacted to. And I just feel very conflicted about it. I think a part of me is frustrated because regardless of any justification, the reality is there has been a quality decline. Season 1 was flawless. Season 2 has not been quite so much. And while there are things that I accept about that and things that I don't feel quite as negatively about as I may have before, I still have a lot of issues with this season. And this has been a very frustrating, strange experience. Like, I don't even really know how else to say that. And again, part of me really does kind of want to take a beat and come back and talk about this after I've had time to process it, because I don't know. I'm disappointed there's not much more for me to say in this, that I'm just kind of sitting here talking about like, okay, yeah, we've got this theme and we've got this cycle, and sure, that's how we did it, and I can tell that this was split in 2, and that's fine, I guess. I don't know. I feel frustrated. This season has been very, very frustrating and consuming in its frustration. And anyway, all right, I may come back and talk more, but honestly, there may not be much more for me to say. I don't know. There have been good things in this season. There have been some amazing performances. Bella Ramsey, incredible. Isabela Merced, fantastic. Even fucking Pedro Pascal, for the little bit that we had him in this season. The flashback, just every single moment with him, he's just so good. Kaitlyn Dever was fantastic. Like, the performances in this season, even Bart Bass, his actor's name is escaping me, the performances in this season have been fantastic, have been so strong. Jeffrey Wright, always a standout. Cinematography. There have been some absolutely spectacular moments of cinematography. I still fully admit, as much as I did enjoy the sort of terrifying lightning flash lighting bits in this episode, I long for Helm's Deep lighting. It's great. Those were frustrating, but a lot of really beautiful camera work and visual symbolism and things like that I enjoyed. But there were also a lot of things that just felt, I don't know. For all the individual things I enjoyed about this season, it's not a standout season to me. So if there's more I want to say, I will maybe re-record some thoughts or do something like that. But initially, I just find myself frustrated. That's kind of the word I keep coming back to. So for now, I'll leave it there. We'll see where we go from here. But as always, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this episode and this season. No spoilers for the games, please. Gonna do my best to avoid those, but I am curious about opinions for people who have played the games and how they're seeing this translate and what they now understand the split between season 2 and 3 is gonna be. That's interesting, but I don't know. Redder is better, so hit what was a big red subscribe button before I started this bit that I now refuse to get rid of. Links to my Instagram and other socials are in the description box below, so with all of that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on the next one.